But don't you think that if you now democratize this kind of encrypted data and just tell the businesses that, say, I'm Mark Zuckerberg and I can now use even more data than I already have about people without infringing on their rights, shouldn't that be incentive enough for any business to use more data? Shouldn't that be kind of like, well, duh, I'm signing up for that. Why would I not get more free data? Or not free, but
it's kind of the traditional starting problem of data ends up being siloed by 5 to 10 major companies around the world, right? And they essentially between them host an inordinate majority of the information in the world. So essentially, if you've got a couple large organizations holding all of that information, it doesn't really allow for much competition, does it? I mean, I even kind of wonder if there's a legal angle at some point of not allowing the little guy to have an equal opportunity to gain an edge on the market and actually release a competing product without actually end up being swallowed whole and kind of acquired early and then destroyed by one of these companies that inevitably will do that to protect their own IP and their own self-interest. So I think there's an incentive for new businesses and new apps to have a privacy-centered approach. Not to mention the fact that it's just a guarantee that you'll avoid any PR nightmares in the future. That's kind of a benefit. If I were starting a social media app today, that would be something I would want to strongly consider, given the precipice of how people speak about these sorts of problems today. But there's not really incentive for larger organizations to do this as much unless they find that there's another profitable motivation for them. So the advantage for the little guy is I get to have access to data that I never would have otherwise had access to, right? I may be a social media company, but I have access to my users' sleep data because they gave it to me because they agreed to do so, That's the benefit for the little guy. The benefit for the big guy is I'm able to monetize this entire treasure trove of information that I've somewhat unfairly collected over the last couple decades. So, yeah.